Kilo Alpha 8, Papa Golf Whiskey.
Let's see, Kilo Alpha 8, and what was the rest?
KA8PGW, Northeast Ohio, and the handle here is MERV, Mike Echo Romeo Victor.
Roger, MERV, and where was your location again, please?
Near Akron, Ohio. Near Akron, Ohio.
Roger that. And what radio are you running, sir?
Okay, we're running the 7100 ICOM and feeding that into a homemade Carolina Wyndham 140. And today we're running a GE Master 2 microphone and running about 25% on the mic gain. So, and then running about 100 watts. So back to you.
Yes, sir. Now that GE, is that from 2 meter days, or is that otherwise?
Otherwise. No, that's commercial radio used in the 450 and the 2 meter range and all that. So yeah, it's definitely it's a commercial microphone, big and heavy. You can use it for a hammer.
Yeah, Roger. A Broderick Crawford microphone from the old Highway Patrol.
Made by Shure. So, yeah, big heavy-duty microphone. So, yeah, I discovered when I plugged it in that running, 50 to 100% audio was way too much. So I had to cut it back to about 25%.
Yes, sir. What you want to do, for fattening is we suggest running your compressor at a 3, bring your compressor online at a 3, and then go to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust your mic gain to where your ALC is running a mid-scale to 2/3. And that way your dynamic range should turn out to be about 3 dB, which is just excellent for broadcast. Roger?
Okay, well, we turned the processor on, and so that's what it looks like with the processor on.
Yes, sir. Now you adjust your processor for 3. You just want to token them out. Just a 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100, or 1/3 of its rotatable gain control. Roger.
Okay. Well, we'll have to do that then. Back that off to about a 3. I'm not sure where it's at. I'll have to get into the menu there to find out where it's at.
Roger that. Do you have numbers on your control input attenuation or what?
Attenuation or what? Yeah, not that familiar with the radio yet, so I know it's somewhere, and I'm trying to think. I was pushing the compression there, and I couldn't find the setting, so we'll have to work on that a little bit here to get that back to about a 3.
All right, what you can do is, with mic gain in hand, key your mic and a dead key without talking, and then adjust your mic gain until your residual RF level on your watt meter is just about, just barely in there. Maybe just about a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch up the scale on the dead key. So you're dead keying your audio, and then adjust your mic gain with your compressor on. Adjust your mic gain to where you're showing just a little bit of trash in the bottom of your watt meter reading. Roger.
Roger on that. Well, I found it finally. I had to hold the compression button, and then it showed up. So, all right, yeah, we backed it off. It was set at about 4. We brought it down to a 2, and I noticed, when I keyed up, it would, the watt meter would jump up there, quite a bit. So it was a little bit too hot.
Roger, you should be able to run it at a 3. And not be too hot. If you would, set it on a 3, and then let's go to your ALC and make that adjustment. Roger?
Yeah, Roger on that. Yeah, they were at a 3, and we'll see where and the ALC, running almost about 90% on the ALC.
All right, what we want to do is adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3. As you speak naturally into your microphone. Adjust your ALC reading for mid-scale to 2/3 as you speak naturally into your microphone.
Speak naturally into your microphone.
All right, that's all we'll do. We'll keep backing it off here, and where are we at here? About 3/4 there. Oh, it dropped all the way down to, all the way down to about 4% on the mic gain. So we'll see what that looks like. Yeah, I can tell on the watt meter, it's definitely swinging the needle quite a bit.
Yes, so that looks good. That looks about 3 dB, and that's exactly where you want to be. So I would just keep it right there. 3 dB is the ideal dynamic range that we want to transmit. Roger?
Roger?
Yeah, roger on that. Well, good enough. Well, that's what it's really surprising how hot this old GE microphone is. It's probably 50 years old, and it's amazing that they put that much gain into these old commercial radios.
Roger. Now, does that one? Does it have, like some of the GE stuff? Well, gosh, does it have a light on it, or are you using a DC supply from the radio, or how are you making that work?
No, it's just the 4 wires out of the microphone right in the radio. So it's the handheld microphone. They also make a bass fuse, but I don't have one of those. But it's just the 4 wires right out there. Right now, I just got the wires twisted together till I decide what I'm going to do. Then I'll probably put a 8-pin connector on it and plug it in.
Roger that. Well, it sounds good. And those microphones are designed for communication. So, looking at your audio on a spectrum analyzer, there's not a bunch in the bottom end, but those mics are designed for communication, Roger?
For communication, Roger?
Affirmative, yeah, commercial communication. And, it looks like what they built audio into the microphone and make sure that the audio gets through, and that way they don't have to put as much gain into the radio. So kind of neat, yeah. Okay, well, thanks for the help there, and get her all lined up, so appreciate it. So have yourself a good afternoon. This is MERV-KA8PGW, Northeast Ohio, near Akron, Ohio.
Roger, Merv, and I would keep my ALC meter up and just look at it here in the next few days, but I would keep it up so you can fine-tune that mic gain control to where it's running mid-scale to 2/3. We want it at least mid-scale and moving towards 2/3, and between those 2 points is where you're going to come up with your 3 dB dynamic range for fatness, Roger?
Yeah, affirmative, yeah. I had it 5%, I bumped it up to 10% to bring the ALC up, so we're up about 3/4 on the ALC.
Yes, sir. Looks good. You just don't want to bang it on up there, hard, because you just squish your dynamic range, and it just sounds, up against the wall, Roger.
Up against the wall, Roger.
Yeah, good enough. All right, well, good enough, yeah. I'll have to look at maybe bring the bottom end up just a tad bit and see what that looks like. So well, very good. I've heard you in there before and keep forgetting about that you're on Friday afternoon. So we finally today happened to bump into the frequencies. Oh yeah, that's right, you're in there. So thanks for checking it out, and we'll give it a whirl, play with it for a while, and put a 8-pin mic connector on and plug her in directly without having the ends twisted together here. Hi. KA8PGW.
Roger, Merv. And, I would shoot for, if you're going to add some bottom end, I would go at 250 cycles. I would boost at 250 cycles. I wouldn't try to boost that mic at 100 cycles, because it'd be a cold day and whatever before that mic would ever see 100 cycles. But you could probably find some active frequency content at 250. So that's where I would go to boost the bottom end a little bit. But again, you want that intelligibility. That's the thing. And I'm assuming that if you wanted a really full range microphone, you would be running a HUGH special or something. So I think you have in mind where you want to be, Roger.
You have in mind where you want to be, Roger.
Yeah, affirmative. I do have a HUGH headset here, and it's got to run it at about 100% to make it work. So, but I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. So we decided we're going to go run this one for a while.
Roger that. Now be careful about that headset, particularly if you're listening to your own voice, because those headsets do leak, and that leakage is not necessarily a good thing in your audio. It never is a good thing. It always any leakage just detracts from your basic audio, I think. So if you do use those phones with your audio as you speak, I would have it very low, so there would be a minimum of leakage. Roger?
A minimum of leakage, Roger.
Yeah, Roger on that. And the earpiece phone is kind of in bad shape, so that'd be a good idea to put a new one on there to kind of seal that off, so you don't get any leaching from the earphone.
Yeah, roger that, roger that. Okay, Murph, 3 to you, sir. Thanks for checking in. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call out a search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. We're running about 1,250 recorded Qsos at the moment, but you'll be looking for one in specific entitled My Group AIRCHECK 81420. And you would usually find that on page 1. My Group AIRCHECK 81420, and give us a couple of days, 48 hours to get it uploaded. Roger?
8 hours to get it uploaded, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Well, 1420. So we'll check that out, and thanks again. So have a great day there. This is KPGW.
Roger, Roger, Mervyn. Those numbers are today's date, 8/14/20. Today's date. My Group AIRCHECK 8/14/20. 3 to you, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday for our Qso-Vlog Net, where we record live from 3:30 to 5. And if anybody else has got a radio they want to check out, we've got about 13 minutes of airtime left. Give me a shout. KC9VKV listening.